Hey everybody, it's Julie with Reflections Framing and Stitching. Today is Wednesday, it's the 12th of November, and this will be a chart of the day video. I will attach it to the end of this little opening, and just thought I'd check in beforehand and see what's going on in your world. I want to welcome anyone that's new. Welcome back to anyone who's been here before. I hope you enjoy the chart that I've chosen, and yeah, I thought I'd give you a little update on the health situation. I am improving daily. I still have some pain. The infection does seem to be gone. We'll find out for sure when I go back next week, I believe, and which is a good thing. So I am feeling some better. Not 100% yet, but I'm sure that will take a little time considering I was sick for so long. So, what else do I know? Connie was in town. We did a couple of antiquing trips, which we probably should not have done, but we did anyway. So we did do a video that I will share with you, and not this video, but in a different one. Attached to this chart of the day video, there will be a laundry room update and an antique haul from a couple of different trips that I have taken, some with Connie, some without. So I'll have those both attached to the end of this chart of the day video. And let's see, the hours for the shop have changed. That's the update for the shop. We are now open Tuesday and Wednesday from 11 until 5, Friday 11 till 5, Saturday 10 until 2. We are now closed on Thursdays, so I can work on framing and hopefully get caught up on that. Otherwise, Connie and I decorated for the holidays last week. Also something we probably should not have done. Her knee is still real sore, and now her other one, you know, when you get one knee replaced, the other one usually gets worse, and hers did. So she's gimping around. I was still gimping. My ankles are not doing well. But we managed to get it done. It looks really, really nice in here. So stop by and take a peek at all the wonderful holiday decor items. And we have some gift items set out. So you can take a peek at those. Might find a gift for a stitcher. You just never know. And let's see, is there anything else? We will be closed, of course. Thanksgiving is on Thursday, so I'm going to be closed anyway. I will be closed on Friday, Black Friday, because nobody ever comes to the shop on Black Friday. I will be open that Saturday, which is Small Business Saturday. I hope to see you that day. And then I haven't decided on the Christmas schedule yet. I actually haven't looked. I think Christmas is on a Thursday. So I don't know yet. I'm not sure when we're doing Christmas with the family. Adam's in-laws are coming into town, and Alex's mother-in-law will be here. So I'm not sure when we're doing our Christmas with our family. So I will let you know on that as soon as I know what I'm doing. And that is probably, let's see, we're back to having open stitching on Tuesdays from 11 to whenever, and still doing second and last Saturday from 11 till about 3. So you're welcome to join us if you're around. We'd love to have you. We had extended can't speak. We had extended stitch on this past Saturday, which just means that I stayed open until 6. Like, technically the shop was closed, but the stitchers could stay until 6, and we had a potluck, so that was fun. We had 23 signed up. A couple stayed home because of headaches. One stayed home because of weather. She comes from Iowa and didn't want to risk the weather getting bad or the roads getting bad. Totally understand. And but we had a good group. It was a lot of fun. There was a lot of chatter and a lot of laughing. We had some new people that came, so that was good. And that's probably about all the updates I have for the shop right now. I'm sure there will be more to come, but I think without further ado, I will move into the chart of the day video and wish you all a great day. Bye. I decided today to choose a Christmas picture since we are in the holiday season now. And the chart that I chose is Holly Wreath from Kathy Barrick and Hello from Liz Matthews. It looks like this. Holly Wreath was stitched on 32 count wheat linen from Fiber on a Whim, using 2 strands of needlepoint silk over 2 threads of linen. I have both the MPI silks that are called for and the DMC, so we can see the comparison between the two, but they're pretty darn close. I would say the one that's off the most, the blues and the reds. The greens are pretty spot on. The stitch count is 161 by 164, so if you do it on the 32 count, your finished piece will be about 10 by 10 1/4. Looks like there's some back stitching just on the leaves, so nothing too terribly difficult for this one. I love the red bird, even though he is squishing that house. Love the red bird and all the holly leaves on there. So that's the chart. These are the silk flosses. There's a couple reds, quite a few greens, a couple blues, a black, a white. I was out of the MPI, so I went with a Vera Suave for the black and white. And then for comparison, these two fell off. The Abandoned Ship. These are the DMCs. So you can see they're not too much different from the MPIs. I don't know if you'll really be able to tell from that. Maybe, I don't know if I can do this. I'm short a hand, I think, but I'll try. I don't know. Does that help? Okay, so the called for is 32 count wheat from Fiber on a Whim, and I have that. This is wheat. It's yellow. It's got just a little bit of green in it, depending on the part of the fabric that you are looking at. And for the purposes of this video, I'm going to go ahead and use the MPI silks. So there's what the colors would look like on the called for. Everything would show up well. But I do know that some people, it's a very golden fabric, and I know some people don't really care for that. So I do have some other options here in a minute. So that's wheat in 32 count. Do you notice I'm sitting in a different part of the store today? I'm at the back, sitting at the fabric cutting table because the light is really good right here. So I figured I'd give you a different view for once and go from there. This is a 40 count amber waves, which is the closest that I could come to the wheat because I'm out of wheat in 40 count. But this is amber waves. Again, it's a golden color, a little bit lighter maybe than the Fiber on a Whim, but I think it would still work fine. It looks like that. Moving down to like a 28 count even weave. For those of you who do not like linen, I have, picture this plus in ancient. So it would have some of that blue gold or blue green that would go quite nicely with the blues in the threads. And again, everything would show up. I also have it in, for those of you who prefer Ada, this is 16 count. This is those blues I was telling you about, in case you're not familiar. Turn it this way. That's what that would look like. I think this would be a really good substitution for the Fiber on a Whim. And I kind of like that it has that kind of blue-gray in it. All right, what do I have next? I have another option in 40 count. This is Fiber on a Whim oatmeal, which is, I wouldn't eat this oatmeal, but it's pretty color. It's got some green and gold in it, and the colors are very pretty on there. Lots of neutrals so far. We're getting to some color. And a little out of the box. All right. This is suede. So we're going a little bit away from the golden and got a little more brown to it. This is Needle Bling suede in 32 count. And everything looks good on there. Everything will show up on there. So that'd be a good option. This was a pretty easy one to choose a neutral for. Colors were a little more fussy, but not terrible. I have 40 count Prairie Land, which I believe is Atomic Ranch. Yeah. The Prairie Land that I currently have is kind of a pinky, it's brown, but it's got some pinks and some greens running through it, and it's a very pretty piece of fabric. Let me show you. Isn't that pretty? And there's what the threads would look like on there. That's pretty. It's not my favorite, but it's very pretty. This is 18 count broomgrass from Needle Bling. It's a darker brown, for those of you who like a darker fabric. And those colors really pop out on the darker. What do you think? Do you have a favorite so far? If I had to choose from the ones that I've shown already, it would probably be the broomgrass, just because, you know, it's dark, and I like that. Okay, so the last three are a little bit out of the box, not terribly out of the box. Don't expect some, I don't know, fluorescent pink fabric, but a little bit, you know, different from what the called for is. Nothing wrong with that. This is actually Fiber on a Whim's 32 count dusk linen. Looks like this. That would be very pretty. Do I have that where you can see it? Yep. Very pretty, I believe. We would like that a lot. Let me mute that. There. Sorry. I thought I had it muted. New phone. My other one kind of went haywire. So, I'll do that one last. Next up is Frosted Sage from Seraphim. This is a beautiful shade of green. This is a 40 count. Looks like this. It's kind of got blue undertones, and a lot of these threads have, you know, warmer undertones to them, but there's a couple that have more blue. So I think the contrast would be really pretty between the warms and the cools. What do you think? Do you like this one? I like it. I think it's pretty. I think when it would be stitched up, it would be very beautiful. And then last but not least is 32 count natural and white petty point. This one, some people might think would be a little too busy, but you got to remember, a lot of the dots will be covered. So, but I think it looks really nice on there. Okay, what do you think? What's your favorite? Make sure you comment below and tell me what your favorite is. I really like the petty point. But I think I would go with the Frosted Sage if it were me. So you'll have to let me know which one is your favorite. What are you stitching on? And are you already decorating for the holidays? Connie and I decorated the shop last week. About killed ourselves in the process. Neither one of us are 100% yet. So we did. We about killed ourselves. I'm pretty sure she's thrilled to be home. She left yesterday and got home yesterday evening, and I'm pretty sure she's happy to be home. I worked her hard, and I do appreciate her help. So we had extended stitch at the shop on Saturday. Had a very large group. I think there were 20 of us at one point. A couple people dropped out because of headaches and one because of weather. So we would have had an even bigger group otherwise. Let's see, what else can I fill you in on? I am feeling better. I am not completely well yet. I still have some pain that I'm dealing with. But it is getting better. I feel better. The infection is gone, I think, but we'll find out for sure when I go back for my recheck next week, I believe, is when I go back. And that should do me for the year. I don't think I want to do anything else. I need to do a couple more things, but I think that's going to do it for the year. It was not fun, but at least I feel like the infection is gone, which is a good thing. That's a very good thing. I'm going to attach an antique haul to the end of this. It was filmed back in October when I was really feeling bad, and I think you'll be able to tell. My makeup looks like crap, and I look like crap, and yeah, I think you'll be able to tell that that was filmed when I was not necessarily feeling the best. But it's a good haul. So it's one that I did with, well, I went shopping with Connie when she was here, but we weren't able to get together for a video at that time. So it's just my haul. You don't get to see hers from that trip. But there is another one coming up that we filmed Sunday. We did it on Sunday because we did a couple trips while she was here this time too. Again, probably not the smartest move we've ever made. But, you know, a person gets tired of just sitting on their butt, which is pretty much what I did for 3 months. So we went, and we probably shouldn't have, but we had fun, and we recorded a video just for you. What else can I tell you? Not much else. I've done very little framing, or very little stitching. I've done no framing. Very little stitching, so I'm not showing it in this video. I'll show it in the next one. And I should maybe attach a little bit of the laundry room also to this one. So at the end of this, there will be a little bit of antique haul and laundry room update. Probably laundry room update and then antique haul. And that should do it for this one. So I'm going to put my mess away now. And I'm going to wish you all a wonderful day. And I hope you're getting a lot of stitching in. And we will see you in the next one. You take care until then. Bye. Got an update on the laundry room for you. So we have, and by we, Dan, has installed, what would you call that?
The modified beadboard.
Modified beadboard slats, right? Because it's not paneling. They're like 4 6-inch boards on the back wall of the laundry room. And he's currently working on adding some paint. But I'll show you that in the next clip. Dan added paint today to the laundry room. It's a deep teal color. Looks really good. This clip shows Dan building the shelving unit that I've referenced earlier. Because I took the cupboards out, so Dan couldn't fill them up with stuff again, and I plan to use these more for decor, these shelves that he put in. And because we have this gap between the two, the washer and the dryer, I decided it would be good to have, I need a little storage somewhere. So I had Dan build a cart that will fit between the washer and the dryer. And that cart will hold like the laundry supplies, and the bottom can hold like the dog's bath towels and some dust rags and things like that that normally would be just piled up on top of the dryer, which, as you can see, is where he's storing the tools right now. But he's got the cart. I think it's almost done. So as you can see, it's gonna do the trick nicely. And I'm just gonna slide it into place because it's on rollers. So it will slide straight back. Here, he put a nice decorative front on it to match the wall. And then it'll just slide out because he put a little recess here for your fingers. So it'll just slide out when I need to get the laundry detergent out, like here, and slide in when I'm done. So storage, but hidden. And hopefully he won't take the time to put any of his stuff in there. We'll see. So I'm thinking we have 2, 3 maybe projects left. He has to put some of the trim back up over here on the floor. The door he's got it, but he hasn't sanded or stained it yet. So the door has to be replaced. I still want a new, watch your eyes guys, light fixture up there. And the piece that's going to go over the top of the dryer. It's going to be oak, stained to match the rest of it. It'll have a back on it, and it'll stretch from here to here for folding purposes. We could leave it the way it is, but things fall off the back side. So I want something with a little bit of a back and a side to it. And then we should be good. I think we'll be good then. And then I can start decorating it. And I can't wait to do that. I may have to go shopping. Welcome back to the laundry room. Dan has finished all of his items that he needs to do. And in fact, he even hung my little ironing board while I was away at retreat. So I'm going to do a quick little tour of everything that's been done. And then I'm going to start to decorate. So if you step into the laundry room, there is the door now leading to the garage. It's been updated and stained, sanded, varnished. New handle. Over on this wall, which will be behind that door, this is our new clothes hanging system that I found. It folds flat. Oops, I should show it to you, huh? It folds flat like this when not in use, and then it telescopes out when in use. And it's high enough where I can reach it without too much trouble, and it holds quite a bit of weight. I like the fact that we can hide it behind the door. Got a new light switch, new door stop on that side. This is the new top for the dryer. Makes for good folding. Got the lint bin, and he added these. I took the cupboards out. I didn't want to worry about Dan filling them up again. So my plan is to decorate them because, you know, that's what I like to do. Okay, the dryer door now opens towards the garage door, which is amazing because now it no longer gets in the way. Dan built this little cart right here. It holds dog towels, extra toilet paper, Kleenex, Clorox, laundry detergent, that sort of thing. And it rolls in and out. He's going to put a piece of wood on here so it's not so unfinished. But he hasn't done that yet. It might be that one thing he never gets to. Shh. It's another dirty little secret. He always leaves one thing undone. I thought it would be that piece of trim that you see along the ceiling, but nope, that's done. And while we're at the ceiling, there's our new light fixture. Let me, if I shut it off, nope, you can't probably see it. It's a little on the industrial side, but I thought maybe that's how I wanted to go in here, was a little more industrial, because I find Dan wanted the uppy downy wood, which reads more masculine, kind of industrial to me. So I thought, well, my light should be industrial. So I chose that one. Adds a lot more light. And like I said, there's my, this was, I've been told that my great-grandfather built this right here. I don't know if that's true or not. At one point, Dad had to kind of put in new screws to put it together, hold it together. And then that was always the little iron that we used when we were kids. It actually plugged in and worked at one point, but not, by the time I was a kid, it no longer functioned, which is probably good. You don't want kids plugging in an iron. On this side, we have the washing machine right here, and Dan added right here a heavy-duty magnet to hold the picker-upper, because I have short little Tyrannosaurus Rex arms and can't reach the things in the very bottom of the washing machine. So that helps me get underwear and socks out. Behind the door, you can see it is now clean, and you can open and close it all the way. Eventually, Dan needs to hang a hook here, and I have a foldable, collapsible basket, laundry basket, that will hang back there. I think he's supposed to do that tonight, but I wanted to go ahead and do this video today so I can start decorating, because I'm looking forward to that. So there you go. Didn't get any bigger, but it got more functional. And that was the whole point, that and cleaning it out. Hey everyone, it's Julie with Reflections Framing and Stitching. How are you today? It is the 6th of October, I believe. It is a Monday. And this portion of the video is all about my antique and thrift store finds. So if that doesn't interest you, you are free to leave, and I will see you in the next stitching update. I have multiple trips of stuff, so it's gonna take a little while to show it to you. I've been looking for certain items that I have in my head. I'm not being very successful in my hunt, but I found some other things, so I thought I would share those with you, and Connie has found us several things. She was supposed to be sharing in this video with me, but we just couldn't get together while she was in town. Either her knee was hurting or I was feeling poorly, and it just never worked out. So the stuff is piled up on my island in the pantry, and I would like to get it cleared off and start styling them. So I thought, well, we got back from retreat yesterday. I'm having a lazy day. It's raining outside. I have Louie and Charlie here today. Those are Alex's 2 dogs because today is baby day. Our newest grandson should be born today or tomorrow, depending on how long labor takes. So hopefully everything goes smoothly. His due date was Friday, and they decided to induce today because Emily's blood pressure is starting to go up. So they decided that inducing today would be a good idea. However, she did start contractions this morning before getting to the hospital. So it could be that they don't have to do anything. It could just be he needed a couple extra days. But anyway, so please keep them all in your prayers. And I'll keep you posted if I hear anything. So I'm trying to figure out, you see me looking all over. I'm just looking at all my treasures and getting excited about them because I haven't really looked at them since I bought them. So this is going to be fun for me. But some of them Connie got for me. Connie and I went on a couple of thrifting trips. If you hear scratching, that's going to be the dogs. I locked myself in the pantry because 5 dogs of, fingernails on the board. Stop. It gets a little noisy. And if I let them in here, they go over to the window and they bark. So I'm trying to avoid background noise, but I'm not sure that's going to work. Anyway, as I was saying, Connie and I hit a couple of thrift stores while she was in town. She is coming back. She's going to help out at the shop after my next surgery. So that'll be good. She'll be staying here, so maybe then we can do a video together. But we'll have to see. But a couple of the things were things that Connie picked up with me in mind, or she enabled me to get. So we can blame her for some of this, but the rest of it is all on me. We went to a new to me thrift store based on the recommendation of someone I watch on YouTube. It was called, I think, Forever Yesterday, I think is what it's called. Neither of us knew that it was in the basement of this building. So we walked through the door, and there's like 25 steps down. And both of us were like, ooh, do you think we're going to be able to do this? We can probably get down, but are we going to get back up? Because neither of us is 100%. But we did manage to get down and get back up. It was just very slow. And I did find a couple of treasures there. I would like to go back when I'm feeling better and poke around a little more. But at least we checked it out. And we did a couple other, we did a Thrift World and a Goodwill. I only got a couple of things at Forever Yesterday. Yeah, like two things. 2 things there and 1 thing at Goodwill. Otherwise, it was kind of a waste of time. So I'm trying to figure out where I want to start. I'm going to start here. I'll just start here in the front. This is something that Connie bought at, I think it was her town's garage sale. And she bought it, but it doesn't really fit her aesthetic. She has more of the reds and the turquoises, you know, the bright, happy colors, but no pink. And this happens to be pink, so she thought I might like it. I did, so I am purchasing this from her, and it is a little pink enamel coffee pot. Dan saw it sitting on the counter, and he opened it up like this, and he starts looking at it, and he says, well, this is used. He had no idea it was an antique or vintage at all. So it still has the insides in it. They're a little rusty. You know, it's a little dirty on the inside. I don't know if you can, there you go. But I think it's adorable. I haven't figured out yet how I want to style it, but I'm sure that I will find a place for it. So this is number 1. I'm just going to start with the stuff that's closest to me. This is a set of 3 books that we found in a booth at the Armadillo. Connie got, I think Connie bought 2 sets and I bought 1. They're just I don't even know if I can tell you what it says. The Pocket University. I have volumes 1, 2, and 3. And they look like this. They've got this gold, I don't know what you want to call that, on the front that says Pocket University. The spines are pretty with the gold. And then they have the gold leaf on the pages on the top and just, I guess, the top. And then the rest just look like that. But they'll look good sitting on a shelf, either laying down or upright. One of the two. So we got that. And then I picked up a couple of other books. I found a hardback, a vintage copy. It's signed property of Moonlight School, 1950 to 51. It's a copy of The Black Stallion and Satan from Walter Farley. Black Stallion series was one of my favorites when I was growing up, so I thought I would add this to my library collection. These other 2 I got strictly because I liked the color. They're both studies in reading, 1st grade and 6th grade. And they're kind of a reddish brown color. So they'll look good, you know, in decorating. It's not like I'm going to read them or anything, although I could. Arthur's Prayer at Rugby. I don't think so. But they'll be good for styling, for decorating. Let's see. I think I picked this up at the Goodwill. It's just a silver plate, little sugar container. Nothing special, but I use these a lot in decorating. I don't remember where this must have been at. This must have been at the Brass Armadillo. Sorry. It's just one of these national brand needles. A lot of times you see Sewing Susan. I have several of hers. But then it's got the needles inside. And I'm not going to use the needles, but I will use this in decorating. Ooh, this Connie and I this was a Brass Armadillo, and Connie had her back to me, and I saw this, And I picked it up and I just held it kind of off to the side, you know, like this. And I said, do you think I need this? And I waited for her to turn around. And she took one look at it and she said, well, hell yeah. So it's a peacock bowl that I am going to put on those shelves above my, usually when I'm sitting at the kitchen table, my peacock picture is above me and then there's a shelf above it. I'm gonna swap out something and put this up there. So it's, I don't know, it has a marking on the back, but I don't know if that's, again, I don't have my glasses on, but it's got a marking. I don't know what it says though. I don't know that you can read it. So anyway, I was really excited to find that. This is something that Connie enabled me. She has one, only hers has a blue belly. But, so she put an offer in to the guy and got it for a good price for me. So it's a little owl. And this used to probably have some padding and a pin cushion, but it's all gone now. But it's got a little pair of scissors that goes in there. So, you know, I like these sort of things. So I was really happy for that. This one, where did I get this one? I think I got this at that Forever Yesterday. It's just a little copper picture of some sort, but no markings or anything. But I have an idea for what I want to do with that. Next up, I haven't taken the strings off of any of these yet. I just really haven't felt well. We had retreat this past weekend, and Friday night I was feeling so poorly that I went up to bed to my room at 7:30. Promptly fell asleep, woke up at 9:30, thought about going back down to the stitching room, and then I'm like, no, I still don't feel good. So I put on my pajamas, brushed my teeth, went back to bed, read for about 30 minutes, and then went back to sleep and slept until my alarm went off at 8 the next morning. I never sleep that long. I never go to bed that early, but I just was not feeling good. So, I forgot where I was going with that. Because my brain is like gone. So anyway, pick this up somewhere. I'm going to guess the brass armadillo, but I could be wrong. It's a sewing machine drawer. It's got the plain side over here. It's got a nice rounded top. It has the porcelain knob. And then on this side, it has lovely gold decoration on it. So my plan is, I think I want to hang it on the wall this way and then put, I don't know, a candle or something in there, but I'm not sure yet what I'll do with that. It could end up someplace else. I'll keep you posted. I'll probably do a little video on where I style things after this. I've been trying to find some different chicken rooster figurines to put up above my kitchen cabinets, just to kind of fill in some. I've got a rooster up here and I've got one out there. So I found these two. This one has holes. You're supposed to put like appetizer sticks in there, but I'm not obviously going to do that. But I thought I liked the colors. It was a little more fall-like. So I got him. And then I got this one, which has a Canada sticker on it. Can you see that? But it's just got some pinks on it. little figurine. I found this, I think, also at the Armadillo. It's a croc. I don't think it's particularly old, but I like the rooster on it. So it'll probably live in here somewhere. Probably over in that corner on the floor, and I'll put something in there, either some old vintage utensils, probably that. It's going to take a few to fill that up though, but that'll be great. This I found at the Goodwill. It's just a pumpkin. I thought it might be good in this vision I have for my mantle for fall. Unfortunately, I'm having trouble. I've only found 2 of the items that I need for this mantle to come to life. 3 if you count the one I found on Etsy that's $189 for a clock that's not working, that I probably would only put out at fall. And I'm having a hard time spending $189 on it. But this one lights up. So if that ever, it's got kind of that dark, moody colored look. If that vision ever comes to fruition, probably that would be part of it. This is one that Connie saw it at the Armadillo and went and picked it up for me. It is a red flower frog, and I don't know if you can tell that it's red, but it is. So now I'm going to have to be on a mission for a vessel to fit it. And then I want to put like a light inside so you can actually tell that it's red, because it's a very dark blood red, and you can't really see that in person. Moving to this side. This is something Connie convinced me that I need for my laundry room. It's just an old little antique vintage nightie, baby nightie. I'm not sure if I'll use it, but she convinced me I needed to have it, so I went ahead and bought it. I got this metal scoop that says Chapman Fern Co. I don't know, for something. Anyway, it's just a metal, rusty, crusty scoop. I'm thinking laundry room. I found some old hoops, none of them particularly. These are just Coates and Clark, and this is just an old metal one. They were very inexpensive. I think I got the whole group of them for $3 at Thrift World. And you know, I tucked these into vignettes and things. So I got those. I got this rusty, crusty colander that I'm also probably going to use in the laundry room. I purchased this old doorknob set. It's got the back plates. Don't ask me what I'm going to use it for, because I have no idea. But I'll come up with something to use this for. I just happen to like the patina. This one, there's no white paint on. I really prefer this one that's got the white paint partially removed. And then the back plates also have the white plate paint partially removed. And then this one is kind of weird. It's got like a covering on it, but it doesn't, I don't know what it's made out of, but I liked the design. And I think it'll just look cute on a shelf, kind of as a decoration. This I found at Forever Yesterday. Hey, 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 stop. Go lay down. Sorry. Forever Yesterday, it's a very heavy coffee or teapot. with lovely, look at that patina on there. And it might work in my moody mantle for fall. No! Mantle for fall. In place of something that I can't find. Because I can't find most of what I'm looking for. It's the problem when you get something stuck in your head. And then you can't find it. It's just frustrating. This is just a tiny little half-price store here in Omaha. Used to carry tiny little lamps like this. And they're awesome for, you know, sitting on a shelf and giving the shelf a little bit of ambiance, coziness. So I found this at, I don't know, Thrift World or something. And picked it up. I need to put a light bulb in it, but I'll put it on a shelf somewhere. I'm not overly fond of the trim on it, but it's fine. It's fine. This one was pretty super cool. I found it at the Brass Armadillo. It's got a bunch of crazing on it, and you know, brown discoloring. It's a teapot, I'm thinking. Looks like that. But can you, I don't know, this side, maybe you can see all the lovely crazing on it and the pretty bittersweet, whatever that is. It looks like fall to me. So I'll put it somewhere during the fall. And last, on this side of the table, not last, but on this side, again at Forever Yesterday, I'm just going to hold it up in this pan, because, so this whole pan, loaf pan, is full of these bobbins with colors on them, you know, the colored thread. A lot of them are colors that I probably won't use, because they're a little bright for me. But you never know. I can use them at the shop. The rest of them are more subdued. But these are pretty bright. I think I got the whole thing for $10. Which makes them... No, I paid $25 for the whole thing. And there's 10 of them. So... it's like $2.50. Usually they run $4 to $5. So I thought that was a good deal. Let me step out of camera for a minute while I grab these last 3 items. The one is meant for my vision of my mantle. That probably will never happen. And the other 2, I haven't decided for sure what I'm going to do with them. But I have an idea. So this is part of the mantle vision. Picked it up at, I think, the thrift store. It's not old. No, I picked this up at Armadillo. Yeah. Picked it up at the Armadillo. It's part of that vision I had. So it may or may not ever be used. This is something I picked up at the Armadillo. I've always admired them. It's a old fire extinguisher. Brass with a metal plate on it. And I've always wanted one, so this one was within my price range. These are pretty expensive. I prefer the copper one, but they're out of my price range. So I bought that one. And then this, I've already started possibly styling it, so you're just going to have to overlook the florals that I've got in it. It is a strainer, like it strained minerals. So it's a two-tiered. The top tier has a more of a wire grid in it, and then the lower half, the two halves come apart. Maybe I can get them apart. Yeah, okay. All right, so the lower half has a very fine mesh in it. I don't know if you can tell that. And they're brass. Well, this one is brass. It has a metal plate on it that says the Tyler Standard Screen Scale. So it was for measuring something. And then there's another piece. Hold on. I want to get them back together correctly. That I already, because I was thinking to myself, Self, what do you think you're going to do with this? Sorry. I had to bend over. And myself said, well, I'm not sure. Why don't we try this? So I took one of my big domed flower frogs and I put it in the top portion of this. And then I used the flower frog for what its intended use is, which was for flowers. And I don't know, I kind of like it. So there's what it looks like. The two pieces. One's copper, the other's brass. And I just put flowers in it. And I'm gonna probably set it on a shelf somewhere. It's heavy, sorry. But I haven't decided yet. I also had another idea that I could put, you know, because it's kind of industrial looking. I could put maybe old screwdrivers with the wooden handles with the different colors in there, or something like that. I don't know. This was just the first thing I thought of, so I did it. And I didn't want to take it apart before I showed it to you. So that's why you're seeing it with the flowers in it. You can let me know whether you like that or don't like that. That is everything I have. I could probably stand here and talk all day, but the dogs are getting restless. And you're probably ready to go on about your business. So I will add this to the back end of a stitching update video. Some of this will probably end up in the laundry room. Some of it won't, but I will be sure to show you pictures of how I have styled them. So until next time, you take care and happy stitching. Bye-bye.